All right, so here we are, back with my secret spy friend. He's cloak and dagger, in the shadows, all that stuff. He's so cool, he uses 3 names. Larry Alex Taunton. We talked about that in the break. Larry, nice to have you back.
It's good to see you, Steve. Always good to be with you.
Nice to see you. The last time we spoke, you were an undercover agent of the program at Davos, Switzerland, for the World Economic Forum. Now, you've got a video up on your X site, on your X account, 6 million views and counting of you heading off to the USAID headquarters in Cairo. I caught this the other day. I said, wow. You said it doesn't look shut down. You were in Egypt, obviously. It looks like a bunker. It looks like a fortress. It looks like it's open for business. Larry, what's up?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. You know, I was just at the World Economic Forum, as you point out, and then I was following what USAID was doing and keeping the human trafficking train going to the U.S. border in South America, Central America, straight up to Mexico City, and then 600 miles north from there, showing that USAID, through a series of NGOs, was funding the invasion of America. But now that I'm here in Cairo, I thought, you know what? I'm just going to pay an unexpected visit to the USAID office here in Cairo. And let me tell you, Steve, the place is a fortress. It is huge. Now, a lot of people respond to that and say, well, everything is has guards and security in the Middle East. And there's truth in that. But what was to me very odd is the size of this place. And I have posted 3 separate videos where I'm walking around the perimeter of it. And then their reaction when I went inside, and I just asked Steve the simple question, are they fulfilling the President of the United States' public order to shut down? And there was panic when I entered that building and said, hey, I'm investigating the activities of USAID. What are you guys up to in here? They wanted my identification. They tried to stop my driver. I ended up leaving the place. But, you know, to me, for a place that's supposed to be about U.S. benevolence to the developing world, it was an odd reaction. It was like I'd walked into, a CIA building, which, of course, it might be.
You don't know. No, I mean, you've got you got a number of videos up here. You've got a lot of traction on all of them. You've got a thread here going through all of it. So USAID, if it's being shut down and it's being pared down from 10,000 employees to 300, how many of the 300 are here in Cairo? And why would we have a bunker-like facility for this operation in Cairo? Well, explain this to me.
Well, your guess is as good as mine. Again, I will say this to answer critics who will say everything is defended. My hotel, for instance, has strong security, and a number of places do. But that doesn't answer the fact that this place has, palisades, metal palisades on the top of the walls,
right,
high walls. And the place is the size of a very large embassy. And also, my questions, I'm an American taxpayer. My questions were quite innocuous. I just wanted to know, hey, what are you guys up to? What are you doing here? And those questions were enough to send them into meltdown. And I thought that was quite fascinating. And it's because, employees were coming and going while I'm sitting and talking to them at the front desk. And it was obvious the place is not shut down. And it would have been simple to say, hey, look, yeah, it's too bad. It's a bummer. The President of the United States has shut us down. And so we're in the process of, closing shop. But that wasn't what they said. It wasn't what they did. And the guy calls his supervisor. It's just obvious
so what I'm picking
that they were
up on
quite
here,
panicked.
Here's what I'm picking up on. Because I just saw a report this morning when I sat down of $59 million being sent to fancy hotels in New York City in defiance of the order to stop spending money to house illegal aliens in New York City. $59 million. They're going to try to claw that back starting, they probably already started this morning. The point that I'm getting at here is open defiance of what Donald Trump is making the federal standard or federal law. You can't just keep USAID offices open if you're closed. You can't just expect $59 million to be sent to New York City if that's unauthorized. And yet, this deep state is convulsing and fighting for the money and trying to keep itself alive and going. I mean, I think it's just open defiance of President Donald Trump. Well, I mean, that's how I would see this. I don't think there's any other way to look at it.
Well, it sure looks suspicious, and their activities seemed quite nefarious to me. I mean, why not, Steve, just simply answer my questions that were a public order from the President of the United States? We're not talking about some secret op, some covert thing going on here. And it's funny that you mentioned fancy hotels, because I talked to the head of a fancy hotel here who told me off record that they have done in the past a lot of business with USAID. And he said the day the President of the United States was inaugurated, those meetings that they had on the books were canceled. And he said they're kind of pulling their monies in to sort of protect themselves and their staff. And the same thing has happened with the World Health Organization. So, I mean, we're seeing panic in the third world, but I'm not sure we're seeing a real shutdown.
Right. So I guess my question for you, and I want to know, where do you go next to stir the pot? Where do you go next to stick your finger in their eye?
I will go from here, Steve. I'll go from here to Prague, Prague to Rome, Rome to Krakow, Krakow to Berlin, and Berlin home. So I'll be your spy in any one of those places.
Well, let's go find the USAID offices there. Let's go figure out what's going on and pull. I mean, look, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they pay attention to us here. They glance and they say, well, Larry just found this. They're going to go looking. I mean, you can't just openly defy the law of the land, which in these executive orders have been made crystal clear. Larry, I appreciate it. We will check in with you every step of the way. This is fascinating stuff, and we need to tell the people the truth. That's why we're here, to tell the truth. Larry, Alex Taunton, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Really appreciate it, man. There he is again, ripping back the curtain, saying, look at this. Here it is. They're lying. They're not doing what they're supposed to. We won't stand for it. It's the Steve Gruber Show.